All right, hi there. We are about to do a beautiful high contour, high contrast drama look using black and white shadows on Farrah's eyes. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight her brows and turn towards me. From the nose flare past the inner corner of the eye is where we usually want to start with our application of eyebrow. But do understand that this look we're doing right now falls into the dramatic realm of the world, which basically means that we're going to see the makeup before we see her. Definitely the makeup is going to be the star of this makeup. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to actually heighten every single piece of her face, and so that it's a little bit bigger than life. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give her a slightly fuller looking brow. So I established the same line from the base of the brow up to the peak and then down, but I'm going to add a lot more depth through her brow, a lot more fullness. In a way, I'm almost creating like a template. I'm superimposing a template through her brow to make it stronger. Now I'm using a dark brown, which really mimics her hair color perfectly, which is what we want, but because I want a little bit higher contrast, I'm going to stroke a little bit of black through that. Generally speaking, from the nose, past the outer corner of the eye is where we want that brow to stop. But because of the look we're doing today, the makeup is going to extend slightly past the outer corner of her eye. So to make sure that her eyebrow contains everything, I'm going to hyperextend her eyebrow and take it down a little bit farther. So now I'm going to add a little bit of black to her brow. So I'm taking black shadow, black brow color, and I'm just fluffing it up through the dark brown. This is really going to create a high intensity, high energy brow that really is strong and powerful. And I'm just sort of disregarding where her natural brow line is and creating my own shape, because it's about the makeup this time. That looks really good, really powerful. I'm going to mix a little bit of the black and the brown together as well, just to create the right tone. Make sure you get a nice strong beginning at the point of her brow. Okay, that looks really, really good. All right, first step on the eyeshadow, of course, is eyeshadow base. Close, please. Turn towards me. Thank you. And I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to gently, again, wash my eyeshadow base gently across her lid in both directions. Always trying to neutralize the discoloration on the eye area. You don't want to try to cover it up. That would be too much. You just want to neutralize it before you get on with the makeup. And that looks really good. And then I want to make sure this doesn't crease or anything, so I am going to take a little bit of powder and I'm going to set that eyeshadow base just a little bit. And I do suggest you do this before you do your eyeshadows. It really will make the look go on smoother and last longer. All right, so we're going to do a high contrast look. Now, basically black and white is dramatic, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start with white, and I'm going to take white and I'm going to press this color right on the ball of her eye. Now understand that I'm doing eye makeup first, especially for this look, because I'm going to make a mess on her face. Okay, this makeup is going to fall all over her. And if I take all this time to make her foundation look super, super good, and then I start doing this and it makes a big old mess, you know, it's just why? So do the eyes first, then get in there and clean it up when you get to the foundation. So a nice pearly pop on her eye. Now I'm going to go with a black shadow. Now this black shadow is really, really dark because it's black, but the one I use is like pitch black. So I'm going to start out into her crease, and I'm going to start shaping her eye the same way I would shape her eye any old day of the week, which is starting from the outer corner and brushing in, creating this higher contrast look. But because I'm using black, the contrast is just that much higher. Also, to maintain contrast, the look can't become muddy. So I have to be careful not to let this black get in over this part of the eye, or else it's going to look gray. So I add very small amount of shadow to the eye area, and I'm very articulate by how I'm placing it. I'm using a bullet brush, okay? A very small tipped brush in order to make this effect happen and keep control. But instead of keeping that crease color, that contour color right in the depth of her crease, I'm going to heighten the contour. This is what I mean by highly contoured. I'm going to go up on her bone a little bit higher. I'm going to take this color out. It's going to sweep down. It's going to start to go past the corner of her eye on the bottom. So the eye is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now remember, this is going to be a nighttime look. So the idea, of course, is that it's going to be darker where she is. nighttime light, so you can get away with the bigger makeup. And you notice I keep coming back with more color. I'm not putting a ton of color on her eye and trying to work it down. I'm doing quite the opposite. I'm putting a little bit of color on her eye and I'm building it up. That's the only way you're going to be able to achieve this effect effectively. Otherwise, you'll just end up making a mess. So look at that, beautiful high contour. Now open for me. Notice how the color's starting to kind of sweep down below her eye a little bit right there. That's what we want. That's our target right there. So we make her eye look this big now instead of how big it normally is. So open, please. Beautiful. So now we got that high contour going on. Now I have to place another white shadow onto her eyelid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit more of a matte white right up here on the bone. And I'm going to be very careful when I place this shadow, because again, I don't want that shadow to go over the top of that darker shadow and make it look gray. I am going to blend these two together where they meet, but first I'm going to make sure I get that white in place. I'm also going to take this white into the inner corner of the eye. So see where everything is placed? That's the look we're going for. Now I sort of took off the excess white shadow off my brush, and just where these colors meet, now I'm going to spend a little moment blending. Now black pigment is really pigmented, so it really sticks to the skin. So I just have to brush and be patient to try to achieve this nice smoky eye look that I'm going to try to achieve. And oh, look at that. As I start to blend, all of a sudden, it's like it resists, and then it just kind of goes, like a big sigh, and it relaxes. And it starts to blend on her eye a little bit more. And close, please. I'm going to brush this down towards the lid. So now we get that more beautiful smoky effect. Open, please. So look at that jamming, wailing eye. All right, good. So that's how I want you to place the shadow. I'm just going to blend a little bit more on the bottom. Again, being very careful not to make this area look gray. That looks really, really perfect. So now we're going to go on with eyeliner. And we're going to use black. And we're going to just, with eyeliner, you just got to keep going with this look. Don't stop. So first thing, look down, please. So you always want to fill up in between the lashes. If you can get to your lashes from the bottom, from the underside, do it. Take that liner all the way to the inner corner, just like that, okay? Fill that eye up with some good color along the base. Now, look down, please. Actually, close. And now I want you to do the same thing. I want you to make sure you get this in between the lashes. Always make sure your lashes are filled up with color. But with this look, we're going to create what we call an art line, which is a line above the eye line. And we're going to create a high intensity. So we're going to start out here, and we're going to draw inward to create that shape, just like this. And then from that same point, I'm going to draw down to the corner of the eye. And so before I fill that in, I really want you to see it's just like a straight on V. Then I'm just going to fill that in. And so the effect, the illusion of this is that, open please, she's got this really jamming, beautiful, gorgeous eye line. Now with all that makeup on the top, she can definitely handle wearing some on the bottom. So look up please. So I'm going to take my black, and I'm going to go along the wet line above the lashes on the bottom. And I'm also going to go a little bit below, just like this. Now I do want to smoke her eye out more, but I actually have to wait till after I'm done doing her foundation to do that. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I have to clean this up before I can put more shadow over it. Because I put dark shadow over here and I can't conceal it, I'm not going to get the look I want. So for now, I'm just going to be happy with getting this liner in place. And I'm connecting the top and the bottom eye line so that the eye just looks bigger. Boom, look at that eye. So look straight ahead, please. So look at that gorgeous jamming, high contrast eye. Keep on looking straight ahead. I'm just gonna clean up this line a little bit more, take it out to the corner. And then from there, we're gonna move on, make her skin look beautiful, and then finish up smoking out her eye. If you're watching this at MakeupGourmet.com, I've listed my current favorite products to achieve this look. Click on one and try it. If you're not at MakeupGourmet.com, go there now to see my favorite product picks for this look, as well as everything else we have to offer. How to apply, what to buy. MakeupGourmet.com.